Hi folks, Rich Pasini from rjpasini-com. I'm doing a follow-up on a little issue I had with a buyer. I'm not going to mention the buyer's user ID, but I will tell you that it's been a very experience dealing with this buyer, and I just want to share it with you. Okay, now I got 3 emails from this buyer, okay, and I'm going to go with the first one. And I want to share this with you because I think people need to know who you're dealing with out there. Okay, the first one I got, the buyer's got a question for me, and I'm going to read the email from the person. Okay, hello, I just received the Corel Paint Shop Pro box and books of a few CDs, but the Corel Paint Shop Pro X software was not included. There was a Sony DVD software and Sony Sound Effects software and a Photoshop Elements 6 software, but no Corel Paint Shop Pro software. And that is the only one I wanted. The Corel book was included, but I need the CD software. I like this part. I suggest you look around and try to find it and mail it to me. Any ideas? Thanks a lot. Now, first off, if the person read the full description, they would have seen that those DVDs were missing. It's stated there. I highlighted it all in red. I wrote in there, please note, and I stated in it that these discs are missing. I even did a video on it, stating in the video that it was missing. I don't know what to say. The reason why I'm making this video and I'm doing a follow-up on it is because buyers, and I'm not saying this in a bad way to any potential buyers or existing buyers, but for new buyers that coming into the picture here, as far as like doing business with me or anybody, any seller, please read the description fully. Please read the description. This is the 3rd time I received an information, an email regarding that a product is not there or they're missing something. This is the 3rd time. That's why I'm doing this video. It really annoys me. Okay, so that's the first email I got from this guy. Okay, now we're gonna go back over here. I'm gonna read the second one. I emailed him back, and I emailed him just to give you a little review on what's happening. I sent him an email saying that if you looked at the description, you would see that it was that was stated in there that those discs were missing. Okay. Okay. I sent an email. Here's what he sends back to me. Hello. Okay, I see that now. But the title on the eBay auction was Corel Paint Shop Pro. Buy it now. I put buy it now in a lot of my ads. Some I do, some I don't. But for the majority, I put buy it now. So let me read it again. So he goes, hello, okay, I see that now. But the title on the eBay auction was Corel Paint Shop Pro X. Buy it now. And that's what I needed. That's what I thought I was buying. So I wasted $13. I think that was very misleading, and I don't appreciate that. You say no hassle returns, so I guess I'll be returning it. Do you pay for the return shipping? Please let me know the details on your hassle return policy, on your no hassle return policy. Thanks a lot. And he gives his name. Now, I will state this to the buyers, potential buyers. I will give you your full refund. In other words, his thing is, he says he wasted $13. He didn't waste $13. He's going to get his money back. Here's the thing. He wants to know if I'm going to pay for return shipping. If it was my error, where I misled the person, not misleading, not intentionally, or I left something out, not intentionally, of course, then I would be liable to pay for everything. Even if I didn't have to pay for the return shipping, I would. But just going forward to the buyers or whatever, I don't. If it's the buyer's fault, they're going to pay for the return shipping. It's all there listed in the eBay description. You know, that's what they say there. When you look down it, it says buyer pays return shipping. That's it. That's the way eBay has it set up, and I'm all for it. I don't think it's fair that if the person made an error on their part, the buyer, that I should, the seller or sellers, they shouldn't be accountable for that. All right. So he's going to get his full refund back, but he's going to pay for return shipping, because now if I have to pay for return shipping, now that leaves me out of money. So he made the error. He will pay for the return shipping. Okay, so that's that. Now the very last one, I love the last email he sent me. So now here's the very last one he sends me. Okay, we go back and forth. I tell him, okay, I'm going to send you your $13 back, blah blah blah. He goes, okay. Now here's the last one. Hello, I was definitely misled by the title. It should said Corel Paint Shop Pro, buy it now. How can you buy it now when it is not included? Very wrong and misleading. I should have read all the details, but I didn't. He states it, but I didn't. I will send it back and give you a negative feedback. You could have put missing doc in the title. Thanks. And he gives his name. Now, as we know, there's only so many characters you can put in the title. He's stating that I should have put that in there. Okay, missing disc. Look, you have a description. That's what they put. That's what eBay puts in the description. They even give you a reminder. If you forget, you'll get a highlighted thing there saying that you need to put a description in there. If it's new or used and you don't acknowledge that, they want to know the condition. Is it new or used? It's not my fault if a potential buyer buys on impulse and doesn't look at the whole thing, read the description. Okay, unless you're in a hurry for something, you're getting ready to go out to dinner or something, and you're doing your last minute eBay shopping and you don't have the time to read it, you just buy it. That's not my fault if you don't read the description. Okay, like I told a gentleman, I emailed him back after I read this here that he's going to give me negative feedback. Of course, I had to respond to that. So I told him I think that's very wrong that he's doing that. He's going to get his refund, and in return, I will leave him. I will reply to his feedback. Now, with that in mind, I had called eBay and I spoke to them about this here. And from what I understand, if you are in the right, eBay will be there to, mitigate this or, to work things out between you and the buyer. So what I'm trying to say is to sellers and buyers, when you're doing a transaction or you're selling stuff on eBay, make sure it's fully described. I mean, mine was. I'm not at fault here because I already checked with eBay. I gave him a heads up that this person wants to leave me a negative feedback and they're going to return the item. Because as we know, if you look in your seller dashboard, it will show return items. So as of now, I have 0 return items and I would like to keep it that way. As of now, I don't have negative feedbacks. I would like to keep it that way. However, I don't know when this person's he or she's going to act on leaving me a negative feedback. But if they do, this will be the first one I had, since I became a top-rated seller. But needless to say, if this person does leave a negative feedback, I will notify eBay and do everything in my power to make sure that comes off my account. There's no reason why this person should do that. I didn't say I wasn't going to pay them. The person was at fault because they didn't read the description. So they want to hold me accountable. Okay, it's all there. It's if the ad was up, you would see it's all there in the original. It's all there in the original listing. It's there. I even I notified eBay and I said, look at the description. I even have a video, and the video states the same thing, that it's missing the disc. So I don't know what more I could do to enhance a buyer's decision in buying this type of item. But anyway, no doubt he's going to come back, and that's fine. I do have no hassle-free returns, and when it comes back, it will be listed on eBay again, and maybe I'll put one big bright orange and red page there or something like that, so I could capture the attention of the potential buyer to read this thing, because apparently this is the 3rd time that someone had sent it there. And you might say, well, maybe it's the way you're describing it. No, it's not I'm right. I'm in the right. Believe me, I'm in the right. This is the 3rd time. This one I called up. On the other 2 I called up, eBay said the same thing. No, you are right. You didn't do anything wrong. It's all there in your description. So I know I'm right. If I was wrong, eBay would have pointed it out to me and said, no, you're at fault, and the buyer, we're standing by the buyer. I am not at fault. I am right about this here. In my descriptions, I always do the right thing by them. If I forget something, it's not done intentionally, but for the most part, when I'm listing the product, I keep it right alongside me. I give it the once over. I look. I make sure if there's something I'm looking in when I'm writing the description up. If I see something, there's a flaw or a nick in there or a crack. Like, I'll give you an example. I sell VHSs, right? DVDs of VHSs. Now, I look at other people's, things. Like, you see other auctions. Like, you want to get an idea of what other people are selling. So if I'm selling a VHS and there's a buyer, a seller selling the same thing, the same particular VHS, I look at the buyer's description. I look at the pictures and stuff like that. Do you know that when I sell a VHS, and I'm not looking for accolades, or I don't want no medals to pin, anything like that. I'm not looking for that there. I'm just trying to give you a little insight about myself. Do you know that some of these buyers put these items up and they don't even describe that the case on the VHSs, that the case is cracked, it's crumbled, it's got creases on it? Do you know they don't put that? They just put it and say, a very good condition, acceptable, whatever. I put that in there because I don't know if the person that's buying these items, the VHSs or DVDs, if they're collectors, and I figured, let me get the buyer, let me be upfront. I'm not looking to make a quick buck off of somebody. I'm not looking to sell an item and just going to hide things and mask it. If something's cracked, like a VHS, if it's got a crack on it, or is a piece missing, or it's crumbled, or it's got a crease in it, I put it on my description. And if the buyer wants to buy it, and they know what they're getting, then so be it. But at least they know what they're getting. But I seen some things that sellers are selling and and you know something? I'm not knocking anybody else the way they do business, but I see things in there, the way these things are being sold. I don't know. Me, if I got something like that, first off, I would look for something in close to perfect condition. But for the most part, I can't see people selling stuff like that. I'm sorry. My stuff, when I get it, I make sure it's clean. If I get VHSs, I make sure the VHSs are clean. They're rewound. So when you guys get it, if you're buying VHSs, you make sure that the DVDs, when I get them, I clean them. I make sure they're clean before I send them out. That's just the way I do my business. That's the way I do it. But I'm just trying to bring a point across that I'm very honest in my descriptions and in the products I sell. I don't nickel and dime people. That gentleman or whoever it is, he or she, that buyer, they're not happy with it, send it back. You're going to get your money back. But the only thing is, you're paying for the return shipping. But he's going to get his full refund. He paid $13 for it. He's going to get his full $13. Once I receive the item, he's going to get his money. If, on the other hand, he leaves a negative feedback, I will call eBay up and I will fight it to get it removed. Because it's not fair to me. I'm 100% right in this here. And I know I'm 100% right because I spoke to the eBay. And they looked at they went onto my system and they seen that everything was right up to key, just up to par. I put it in the description and that's it. Everything was there. The person willfully admitted I didn't read it. I didn't read the thing there. I should have read it. He says, but I didn't. He says right over here. I'm looking at the email. I should have read all the details. I should have read all the details, but I didn't. So there you are. You just claimed your own mistake right there. Your fault right there. Okay, but all I'm saying, folks, is this, and I'm not saying this in a bad way for buyers, but for buyers and sellers who are doing this here, just to avoid headaches for yourself, and especially, some people might say, yeah, I don't get into it like this guy does. I do eBay for fun. I do it to make a few extra bucks or whatever. But you know something? If you worked hard at getting yourself to top-rated seller, you got a good record. You got 0 returns. You got 100% feedback. You became a top-rated seller. You want to maintain that status. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I want to maintain that status. I want to keep my buyers happy. And if they're not happy with something, Send it back. They're to threaten me and say I'm gonna leave you a negative feedback. Why would you want to? What are people always gonna threaten everybody for? If you don't pay me, I'm gonna leave you negative feedback. Or this guy, I didn't even say this guy wasn't gonna pay him. He just says I will send it back and give you negative feedback. I don't know. I mean, what? Why do you want to give me negative feedback? I'm giving you the money back. What do you want to? What are you gonna put in the feedback? Doesn't describe product. That item is not as described. It's described. It's in the description. It's in a description, and I know eBay, I'm sure, will back me up on this because it's all there. It's right there. They got it on record. It's all recorded. It's all there. So if this person wants to leave me negative feedback, you go right ahead. Have a good day. Enjoy life. You know, I don't know what to tell you. You know, this is what people want to do. They want to tarnish people's records, good records, and make them, you know, that makes them feel good. I guess it's like when a person's driving a car and the person cuts you off, or you whatever, and they flip you the bird or whatever. It makes them feel good. So if the guy wants to give me a negative feedback, that's fine. I don't really care. I'm going to fight it anyway, and I will do my hardest to get it removed off my eBay account. But anyway, folks, all I'm saying is this is a follow-up video to the eBay people not reading description, the buyers not reading descriptions, and for both the sellers and the buyers. Be aware, watch out what you're doing, make sure you describe everything to the T. If it's something's got a little nick or a chip or whatever, paint missing or whatever, put it in there. I mean, you might say, yeah, but I might ruin a sale. It's going to ruin a sale anyway, because if you send it out like that and it goes to the buyer, they're going to pick it up and say, I can return this item, it wasn't described. You didn't say the case was chipped, you didn't say it was missing paint, or whatever it may be. And it's going to come back to you anyway, and you're going to get a return on your eBay account, and it's going to show the returns, how many returns you get. So I'm just giving you a heads up. So far, I'm good. I don't have any problem with the return situation as far as that goes on my account. However, we'll see what this whoever this buyer is, if they're going to give me a negative feedback or not. But like I said, if they are, I will fight it with eBay and make sure that comes off somehow. And that's basically it. And again, to all the potential buyers who come across this, my eBay auctions, I'm not saying this in a negative way. I'm not trying to be mean or callous in my saying, what I'm talking about. But please, for yourself, for me, and for all the other sellers and buyers out there, make sure you do the right thing. Make sure your descriptions are up to par, and and they're described as is, the way it should be, not sold as is. As is, make sure it is there listed. And that's all I could tell you. And again, thanks for stopping by. I'm sorry I rambled on. This person got me a little going this evening, and I just wanted to share that with you. So thanks again for stopping by. And folks, believe me, I am an honest seller. I do offer returns, 100% returns on the items. If you're not completely satisfied, please send it back, and whatever you do, please don't sit there and tell me you're going to leave me negative feedback. All right, I'm going to refund your money. I'm not trying to make anything bad here. You got a 100% guarantee. I'm not going to, believe me. If you never dealt with me before, if you dealt with me in the past or the present, whatever, you'll know that I'm an honest seller, and I stand by what I say. If I'm going to return something, if I tell you I'm going to return it, you get 100% return, satisfaction guaranteed. You're going to get it. Believe me. I'm not out to hurt anybody or take money from anybody. So that's all I'm saying. But thank you again for stopping by. And again, I'm sorry for the rant, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. Have a great evening, great night, whatever. Over here, it's on the East Coast. It's 9 o'clock, so I'm just going to sign off for now and continue checking the eBay out and see what other stuff is coming up and see if the happy buyer has left me any feedbacks. All right. But thanks again. Have a great night and have a great day, and take care. Thanks again. Bye.